I think we're still going to get approximately 40 residential units out of it, plus office space, plus storage space. So it's a massive space. We're looking around 16,000 square feet. So that's exciting. Hi guys, it's Arsh, and in today's video we're going to be talking about just a bit about what's happened this year, and more important about a few deals that I'm working on right now as a wrap up of some of the deals that I've done recently and what they look like. So before we do that, I need a small favour from you. If you wouldn't mind hitting the subscribe button and the notification bell, every time I release a video you get notified of it. As you may be aware, this channel is sponsored by the Property Investor app, which is the UK's first property investment platform which showcases all kinds of deals all over the UK, whether it's a below market value deal, a rent-to-rent deal, a lease option deal. We've got them all there. Now, there are two ways to get involved. You can either go to the website, which is propertyinvestораpp.co.uk, or you can go on your smartphone and type in Property Investor and download it from there. So let's get started. As you may or may be aware, start of this year, I acquired this office building, which I'm currently sat in. It's got 26 offices in. I had the option on it where the purchase price, I think memory was around 525,000. I'm going to see if I can stick a video link somewhere up there so you can watch the previous video as to how we acquired it. And it's quite smart the way that I acquired it, if I don't mind saying. And so during that process now, since being the legal owner of the property since February of 2023, as we record this, we're in June 2023. So it's only been a few short months, but within those short months, what we've done is that we've done a lot to this building. So when we took over the property, there was already quite a few tenants in the building. I think there's 21, maybe 22 occupants in the building. So a large majority of them were already occupied, but they were paying a low rent, really low rent. So part of my plan when I took over this building was to start talking to the business owners in the building and say, guys, okay, the rate that you're paying right now is no longer sustainable with everything that's going on with the interest rate hikes, with the energy rate hikes, because they're paying an all-inclusive model. If they're paying, let's say for argument's sake, some of them were paying as little as £150 a month for almost like a 250 square foot office, when if you did the maths on that, it was absolutely nothing. So if I went on, say, they're paying 150, divide that by 250, it's crazy. They're paying like £6 per square foot, which is absolutely nothing. So when we looked at it and think, well, we looked at what the market was doing, and the market was circa around £12 to £15 per square foot office space in Wolverhampton. We started going back to the guys and say, well, we've got a couple of options here. You can either vacate or we can increase the rent. Now, we haven't put it up to what I would consider the market rent. So the market rent for 300 square foot office space would be around £400 a month. So we've kept it slightly below. We've kept it at 350. So we've gone to some people, and for the longest standing people who have got perhaps multiple units, we've reduced it slightly further to 325. So I've gone to everyone and said, guys, okay, here's your new rent increases. So we did that from the start of June. No, it may have been start of May or June this year. So I've done some work to the building. We've redecorated the building. We've pretty much rewired the building. And the reason why we do that is we can now see how much energy each studio office is consuming. So we can see the ones that are consuming the most. We can see the ones that aren't using very much. The ones that are using the most, we can then start to go back to them with some factual data. Say, guys, let's say in June this year, this is how many units you've used based on energy consumption, based on this much per hour kilowatt. This is how much the electricity bill for your unit alone has cost. And so we can go back to them with factual data. So if we have to go back to them with a further increase, we've got data to back that up. So we've done that for all 26 offices in the building. And I think, again, did a video where I showed you where the electricians were working. I'll see if I can link it somewhere around here. So at the start of June, I started looking at this building thinking, well, I wonder what this building's now worth with the new income that it's generating, and just having a quick look at the figures, some figures here. So previously, when I took the property on, it was generating just under, I think it's about £58,000 a year, which isn't a lot of money, if I'm honest. For 26 studios, it's not a lot of money at all. We had vacancies, we had low rents, we had all-inclusive bills, so it was washing its face. So come June 2023, I'm glad to announce that the building is actually now producing in excess of £110,000. We're fully occupied. £110,000, which is a phenomenal increase, and also a testament to what we've done to the building. So the fact that people have stayed here, the fact that people have actually embraced the increase. Some of them came back and said, "Oh, we're not 100% sure about the increase." I said, "Well, guys, again, we justified it and we said, well, on the basis that we've now got cleaners that come in twice a week, that's a cost. We've now got the building that's much more functional. We've rewired it so that you're not going to have power outages. Again, that's come at a big cost. The fact that we redecorated, we made the place clean and a much more professional environment, all comes at a cost. And as a result, so yes, the reality is that because we've streamlined it, the actual outgoings are actually lower than where we are. Now, remember, I didn't own the building. I've got the option. So our option is 525,000. I've had it valued this week or over the last few weeks at 1.2 million based on the increase, based on everything I've done to the building. Now, for me, it's a great win. It's a great success story because from February, June, so we're talking Feb, March, April, May, June, so 5 months, it's literally taken us very little time to increase a load of value into this property. Now, my intention is very simple. We're going to exercise the option pretty much immediately. So we're going to pretty much go in on a bridge and then we're going to refinance pretty much immediately as well. So we're going to go in on a bridge, we're going to refinance, and off the back of that, in theory, I shouldn't need to put any more money into this building. In actual fact, I should be able to pull out the money that I put into this building. So we're being a little bit creative with our finance, and then off the back of that, the money that I put in, I can then use on my next deal, which takes me on to deal number 2. So 2023 has been a phenomenal year for deals. I kept saying to myself, this year we're going to slow down, we're going to just relax. And it just happens that people have been throwing deal after deal at me. And I thought, you know what, okay, let's embrace it, let's take it. And so what we've done is that there's been multiple rent-to-rent properties. We'll probably take on another 5 rent-to-rent within the first half of the year, which is great. You know, it works really well. We've had to renegotiate with some of the landlords on some of them. Some landlords have actually come for an increase. And again, if they've been on a low rent, we've actually embraced that as well. The word for this session seems to be embrace. So we've had to restructure the rent-to-rent portfolio, and it's just growing from strength to strength. We've taken on another few properties. I've added another 7-bed HMO into the portfolio. I've added another 4-bed HMO into the portfolio. So that rent-to-rent portfolio, again, would I buy these properties? Absolutely not. Am I taking them on just because they're there? Yes, I am. I've taken on an 11-bed HMO in Blackpool, again, because I've seen some of the work that we're doing with the accommodation with the 2 hotels in Blackpool. So if we think of what we've acquired this year, we've taken on quite a few rent-to-rent properties. We've got the 2 hotels in Blackpool that are currently still ongoing work, so they're still costing me money, conscious of that. We've got this building here. As well as that, we've just agreed heads of terms on another office in Wolverhampton. Can't say too much about it right now, but it's a phenomenal project. It's a really phenomenal project. Really looking forward to it. Part of me is a little bit worried about it. Not to say worried, I'm going to say that it's a much larger scheme. We're going to be looking to convert part of the building into residential, and even by using part of the building, I think we're still going to get approximately 40 residential units out of it, plus office space, plus storage space. So it's a massive space. We're looking around 16,000 square feet. So that's exciting. And again, I've been really clever with how we acquired the property. I think I did this on a podcast, so I'm going to try and put the link to the podcast in the description. Listen to the podcast, because in actual fact, I've managed to get into that building where I purchased it for £1.5 million. It's not costing me anything. So I'm actually getting the property for free, and that's crazy. Well, when I say free, to actually enter into the property, to acquire the property, it's going to be free. I'm going to have to spend money on professional fees, legal fees, etc. But other than that, you know, what I've created or how I've structured it is actually quite interesting. So go and listen to a podcast. Once I'm more secure or legally over the line with that property, I'll do a massive video of that, because that's going to be a 12-month project easily. So that's going to be quite interesting, but looking forward to it. As I said, a little bit scared about it, but we'll see how we get on. So if you like more free content like this, as I've mentioned quite a few times, that I've got a podcast. It's called The Property Rebel. Go and find it on all podcast stores. So on Spotify, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. Go and find it, have a listen. Feel free to leave us a mini review. As well as that, if you like more free content like this, I've got obviously this YouTube channel. Don't forget to hit the subscribe and like button. We've got hundreds of videos on it. Don't forget to go and watch few of them. And if you're on social media, find me on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and TikTok, all under the handle of Arsh. If you've got any questions and you want me to answer something in a forthcoming video, feel free to go to my website, which is arshilahi.com/ask-arsh, and leave a web inquiry, or you can leave us a voice note and I'll incorporate it into the actual podcast. So there's little things that you can do if you want me to help you. But on that note, guys, wish you all to be safe, well, and happy. Hopefully you really enjoyed the video. Go and get some deals. This is the year for it. Where you think that everyone else is struggling, go out and succeed. Look forward to speaking to you then. Bye.